This is the Overture from Candide by Leonard Bernstein. About the composer. Leonard Bernstein was born in Lawrence, Massachusetts in 1918, and he was a 20th century composer. He began playing piano when he was about 10 years old, and he would explore sound combinations for hours, just playing with different notes and different chords. When he was only 25, he stepped in on short notice without any rehearsal to guest conduct the New York Philharmonic when its conductor fell ill. He became an instant celebrity. He wrote Broadway musicals, ballets, operas, and symphonies. Bernstein blended classical and popular styles, and his music appealed to a broad audience. About the music. Candide is an operetta composed in 1956. Bernstein also composed two other operas. He based it on a story by Voltaire, who was an 18th century French philosopher. Perhaps because its quick tempos were hard to follow, Candide was not a hit at first. The show was redone on Broadway in 1974 and became very popular. The overture is often heard at concerts around the world. Let's look at our vocabulary. Overture, an orchestral piece at the beginning of an opera or other extended composition. Lyrical, legato, with a singing quality. Let's read about more here. In the early 1950s, Bernstein began appearing on TV to explain classical music to children in shows such as Omnibus and the Young People's Concerts. Although the programs were originally broadcast on Saturday mornings, they became so popular that they quickly moved to primetime evening time slots. Even the dress rehearsals were given before a live audience.
Candide Overture by Bernstein.
Okay, let's take a deeper look at this listening map. We have our young person who is going to ride on the carnival rides, and they're showing us kind of the map or the way that they're going through the music. So we have different carnival rides, right? We have a Ferris wheel, we have that tower drop, carousel, water rides, there's a swinging ship, and a roller coaster, right? So each represents a different repeating section of the music. So when we hear that tower drop, it's going to be the same the next time we hear it. And the same with that Ferris wheel. It's that same repeating musical idea. I like how the roller coaster shows us that melodic direction. Now, each of the sections that are on land, each of the rides, has that lighthearted and silly sound. While the water rides, that swan ride, right, has more of a different mood. It's lyrical. This is that song singing quality that we were talking about in the vocabulary. So that singing quality. Can you see that there's white swans and black swans? All right, so the black swans actually represent the same melody, but in a minor key. So he changes it from that happy tune, that major sound, to the sad sound. There's lots of different instruments in this orchestra that are featured. Can you find the trumpet? Can you find the piccolo? That's a very high-pitched, shorter flute. Can you find the violin? How about the clarinet? How about the bassoon? How about the French horn? This one's a little bit longer, so I can't play the video map again, but if you'd like to review it, just go back in the beginning of this video. All right, we've got lots of vocabulary for this one. Bassoon, a double-reeded woodwind instrument played by blowing air through the double reeds and pressing down keys to change the pitches. Lowest of the double reed instruments. A clarinet is a single reed woodwind instrument played by blowing air into a mouthpiece and pressing down keys to change the pitches. Flute, a woodwind instrument played by blowing across the top of a hole and pressing down the keys to change the pitches. French horn, a brass instrument with coiled tubing played by pressing down valves and buzzing lips into a mouthpiece. Lyrical, think of those swans, that legato with a singing quality. Oboe, a double-reeded woodwind instrument played by blowing air through the double reeds and pressing down keys to change the pitches. Operetta, a short opera usually on a light or humorous theme and typically having spoken dialogue. Overture, an orchestral piece at the beginning of an opera or other extended composition. Piccolo, a small flute sounding an octave higher than an ordinary flute. Trumpet, the highest pitched instrument in the brass family, played by buzzing lips into a mouthpiece and pressing down valves to change pitches. Violin, the highest pitched instrument in the string family, played by either plucking the strings or dragging a bow across them.